So what I want to do with this video is explain the controls for Bot War, because they're a little bit unusual. I'll just pause the game at this point. So what the game's doing here is pathfinding. So that's why it has the spinning yellow circle. Now while it's doing that, it won't take too long, but you can actually move around the planet and have a look at it. And the easiest way of doing that is with the WA, S and D keys, like so. It's finished, but because I've paused the game, it's not spawning me. And you can use page down and page up to zoom in and out. So I've zoomed in there. You can still move around. And then page up zooms out. You can also use the mouse. And you can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Like that. Okay, let's spawn. So, like in any normal game, use the mouse to look around. So left, right, up, down. And use the W, A, S and D keys to move around. So W makes you walk forwards. S makes you walk backwards. A makes you sidestep to the left. D makes you sidestep to the right. Okay. And just like in a normal game, as you're walking along, if you hold down the A or the D key, you'll walk diagonally. So if I hold down the A key at this point, I walk diagonally to the left. If I release the A key, I carry on walking forwards. If I hold down the D key, I walk diagonally to the right. If I release the D key, I carry on walking forwards. Now, where Bot War gets a bit strange, as you're walking along, if you move the mouse to the left or the right, you look to the left or the right, but you carry on walking in the same direction. So, how do you turn? So to turn, you need to look in the direction that you want to turn, and then briefly hold down the A or the D key. So if I want to turn to the left, I look to the left, and then briefly hold down the A key. If I want to turn to the right, I look to the right, and then briefly hold down the D key. I'll show you that again, this time looking down at my body. So if I look to the left, you'll notice my body carries on walking in the same direction. If I briefly hold down the A key, my body turns, and I carry on walking straight ahead. If I look to the right, and then briefly hold down the D key, my body turns, and carries on walking in the direction in which I was looking. So the advantage of this system is that as I'm walking along, I can just use the mouse to see what's going on to my left and right, while carrying on walking in the same direction. It's very useful. It probably seems a bit strange at first, but you very quickly get used to it. If you're stationary, you don't need to press any key to turn. So if I'm stationary and I want to walk over there, I just look in that direction and then press W. If I'm stationary again and I want to walk in a different direction, I look in the direction that I want to go and then press W. So it's only if you want to turn while you're walking along that you need to press a key. if you just tap the A or the D key, then you'll make small turns. So if I look to the left and then just tap the A key, I make a small turn to the left each time. If I look to the right and then just tap the D key, I make small turns to the right. I'll show you that again. If I look to the left and then just tap the A key, you see my body makes a small turn to the left each time. If I look to the right and then just tap the D key, my body makes a small turn to the right each time. When you've been playing the game for a while, it just becomes second nature. You know instinctively how long to hold the key down for. If you don't let go of the A or the D key, then you'll turn and then start walking diagonally. So if I look to the left and then hold down the A key and don't let go, I turn to the left and then start walking diagonally left. If I release the A key, then I carry on walking forwards. Similarly, if I look to the right and then hold down the D key and don't let go, I turn to the right and then start walking diagonally to the right. If I release the D key, then I carry on walking forwards. I'll show you that again, this time looking down at my body. So, if I look to the left and then hold down the A key and don't let go, I turn to the left and then start walking diagonally left. If I release the A key, then I carry on walking forwards. If I look to the right and hold down the D key and don't let go, I turn to the right and then start walking diagonally right. If I release the D key, then I carry on walking forwards. You'll notice there's a slight pause in between turning and walking diagonally. I'll show you. So if I look to the left and then hold down the A key, you'll notice there's a pause and then I start walking diagonally left. Now that pause helps you get the timing right. It allows you to turn and then not walk diagonally. So if I want to turn to the right, I just hold down the D key for a little while, and the pause helps me get the timing just right. If I want to turn and then walk diagonally, I've got to keep my finger on the key, like that. So it means you'll never turn and then accidentally start walking diagonally. Right. So to run, you hold down the shift key. So that's walking, and then running, like that. To aim, hold down the right mouse button. You can move when you're aiming. Forwards, backwards, left, right. To shoot, press the left mouse button. And then to stop aiming, release the right mouse button. Another thing I want to show you is the ability to fine-tune the direction in which you're travelling. So let's go over here. So if you move the mouse a little bit to your left or right, it'll actually turn your body. So let's say I'm walking towards the spawn point and I want to walk through the spawn point. I can actually do that without pressing any keys, because I can fine-tune the direction that I'm travelling in by just moving the mouse a little bit to the left or the right. So if I come around here and then just move the mouse slightly to the left, you see my body turns to the left and I'm able to walk through the spawn point. So if you make big movements to the left or the right with your mouse, you look to the left or the right. But if you make small movements with your mouse, it actually turns the direction in which you're facing. It's only if you want to make a big turn to the left or the right that you need to press a key. Okay, there's one more thing I want to show you. So, to squat, you can hold down the C key. When you're squatting, you can still move forwards, backwards, left, right, and you can still shoot. Press the right mouse button to aim, and you can still move at this point. Forwards, backwards, left, right, and you can still shoot. That's it. Well, I hope this video helps you understand how the controls in Bot War work. Thanks for watching.